The year is 1823, a year that would mark the beginning of a significant chapter in the history of Texas. The landscape was vast, untamed, and full of potential, but it was also fraught with danger and uncertainty. The settlers who ventured into this land were driven by dreams of new opportunities and a fresh start, but they were also acutely aware of the challenges that lay ahead. Texas, still a part of Mexico, faces a challenge. The Mexican government, struggling to maintain control over its distant territories, was unable to provide adequate protection for the settlers. This left the new inhabitants vulnerable to attacks from Native American tribes and outlaws who roamed the frontier. Stephen F. Austin, known as the father of Texas, has an idea. He understood the dire need for a protective force, a group of men who could defend the settlers and maintain order in this lawless land. His vision was clear, and his determination unwavering. He sees the need for a group of tough, resourceful men to defend the fledgling settlements. These men would need to be more than just fighters. They would need to be skilled in survival, diplomacy, and law enforcement. They would have to be the embodiment of resilience and courage. These men, 10 in all, would become the first Texas Rangers. Handpicked for their skills and bravery, they were tasked with a monumental responsibility. They were the first line of defense, the guardians of the frontier. Their task was monumental: protect settlers from raids, ensure peace, and blaze a trail into the vast Texas wilderness. They patrolled the vast, rugged terrain, always on the lookout for threats. Their presence was a beacon of hope for the settlers, a sign that they were not alone in this wild land. These early rangers were more than just lawmen. They were the embodiment of the frontier spirit, a blend of rugged individualism and community responsibility. They were the ones who stood between chaos and order, ensuring that the settlers could build their new lives in peace. They were scouts, diplomats, and fighters, all rolled into one. Their lives were tough, their work dangerous. They faced the harsh realities of frontier life head-on, never backing down from a challenge. Their resilience was tested daily, but their commitment to their mission never wavered. They were the beginning of the thin blue line between order and chaos that still exists in modern-day law enforcement. They faced down Native American tribes, dealt with bandits, and tamed a wild frontier, cementing their place in Texas history. Their legacy was built on their ability to adapt, to overcome, and to protect. The Rangers, born out of necessity, were quickly becoming symbols of courage and resilience. Their story is one of bravery, determination, and an unwavering commitment to the people they served. They were legends in the making. Life for the early Rangers was harsh. They patrolled vast distances, often alone or in small groups. Their horses were their constant companions, the open range their home. Their primary role was to protect settlers from Native American raids, a constant threat in those days. The Comanche in particular were formidable adversaries, known for their equestrian skills and warrior culture. Clashes were frequent, often brutal, testing the mettle of even the toughest ranger. Despite the dangers, the Rangers persevered. They earned a reputation for their tenacity, their ability to survive and thrive in the harshest conditions. They were masters of their environment, skilled trackers, and resourceful problem solvers. Their courage under fire, their willingness to confront any threat, solidified their image as guardians of the frontier. As the years passed, various figures emerged from the ranks of the Rangers, their names becoming synonymous with courage and frontier justice. Two of these early American heroes were Captain Jack Hays and Ranger Jesse Morris. These men were not just enforcers of the law, they were the embodiment of the rugged spirit of the American frontier. Hays was more than a leader. He was a visionary who transformed the Rangers into a formidable force. Hays, known for his innovative tactics and leadership, commanded the Rangers during the Mexican-American War and the subsequent battles against the Comanches. His strategies were ahead of their time, blending traditional combat techniques with guerrilla warfare. He equipped his men with Colt revolvers, a decisive advantage in close-quarter fighting. This weaponry allowed the Rangers to engage enemies with unprecedented firepower and accuracy. His exploits, recounted in newspapers and campfire stories, further fueled the Ranger mystique. Tales of his bravery and cunning spread like wildfire, inspiring both awe and fear. Another little-known American hero was Ranger Jesse Morris, eventually appointed Deputy U.S. Marshal for the Oklahoma Territory. He spent the entirety of his life protecting and serving the rugged Texas and Oklahoma frontier into the early 1900s. During a disturbance, a shootout ensued where Morris was confronted by 3 armed men. He was shot in the torso with the bullet entering his lung. However, he still managed to arrest one of the suspects who was charged with intent to kill. Unfortunately, Morris never fully recovered from his wounds and died a year later, still striving to serve the people he swore to protect. Scorching deserts, unforgiving plains, and unpredictable rivers tested each ranger's endurance. Each day was a battle against the elements, requiring not just physical strength but mental fortitude. They battled heat stroke, thirst, and fatigue, often covering hundreds of miles with little rest or resupply. Their survival depended on their ability to adapt and persevere, their ability to endure these hardships, to operate effectively in such challenging conditions, only added to their legend. The Rangers became symbols of resilience and determination. They were not just lawmen, they were symbols of human resilience, embodying the spirit of perseverance in the face of overwhelming odds. Their image forever intertwined with the vast, untamed wilderness they patrolled. The Texas Rangers were, and continue to be, an enduring symbol of the American frontier spirit. As Texas grew, so did the role of the Rangers. Initially, they were a small, loosely organized group tasked with protecting settlers from Native American raids and Mexican bandits. But as the state expanded, their responsibilities grew more complex and demanding, including the ever-present threat of cattle rustlers. The Rangers' presence was a deterrent, and their actions helped secure the livelihoods of countless ranchers. Bringing law and order to boomtowns was another critical role. These towns sprang up almost overnight, fueled by the discovery of oil or other resources. With rapid growth came lawlessness, and the Rangers were often the only force standing between chaos and order. This was the lawlessness that led to the death of Morris. They also played a key role in suppressing feuds that threatened to erupt into full-blown wars. These feuds could destabilize entire regions, and the Rangers' intervention was crucial in maintaining peace. The Rangers' reputation, as relentless pursuers, solidified during this era. Their tenacity and skill in tracking down criminals became legendary, earning them a fearsome reputation among outlaws. They tracked down notorious outlaws like John Wesley Hardin and King Fisher, bringing them to justice. These high-profile captures were celebrated by the public and cemented the Rangers' status as heroes. Often, these captures came after epic manhunts that captured the public's imagination. Stories of their bravery and determination spread far and wide, adding to their mystique. Their image shifted from frontier guardsmen to symbols of law enforcement in a rapidly changing state. As Texas modernized, so did the Rangers, adapting to new challenges and technologies. The expansion of railroads and the decline of the open range brought new challenges. Train robberies, labor disputes, and the rise of organized crime required the Rangers to develop new strategies and skills. Organized crime became a significant concern, and the Rangers had to adapt quickly. They began to confront these new threats head-on, using their experience and knowledge to stay one step ahead of the criminals. The Rangers adapted, developing new skills and tactics to combat these threats. They infiltrated gangs, gathered intelligence, and worked undercover to dismantle criminal organizations from within. Their deep knowledge of the land and their ability to navigate the vast and varied terrain of Texas gave them a significant advantage. This expertise was crucial in their ongoing battle against crime. The legend of the Texas Rangers continued to evolve, reflecting the changing face of Texas itself. From their early days as frontier defenders to their modern role as elite law enforcement officers, the Rangers have remained a symbol of resilience and justice. Their image has adapted over time, mirroring the transformation of Texas from a wild frontier to a modern state. The Texas Rangers' enduring legacy is a testament to their ability to evolve and meet the challenges of each new era. So there you have it, one of the true legends of Western expansion and a stalwart of American history. Thanks so much for watching. But just one more thing. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and if you are a teacher or homeschooler, please include this video in your classes. Thanks again.